because this is absolutely, Brandy, please. This is an amazing project for our community, and we're thrilled to get to play a role in it today. Before I get started, I want to take a moment and recognize our elected officials in the audience. I know there are a number of them, so if you would, just raise your hand or stand up. We want to recognize your service to the community as well. Thank you all so much for being here. I also want to recognize any mascots in attendance. Do we have any mascots in attendance? I saw one. Okay, we got one. Okay, any other mascots? All right, that's my job to recognize the mascots. Thanks for being here. Franklin Rodeo, also another great amenity for this community. So, when you do economic development and you're really involved in helping to build a community and build a city and build a region, you know, there's all sorts of data points that you have to make the case to a company of why this is the right place for your next location, or why it's the right place for you to continue to invest in this community. But projects like these don't necessarily make the Excel spreadsheets, but they matter so much for the community in terms of what it represents for that community, and the fact that you've got this amazing partnership with the private sector, with the different elected officials, with the community coming together to support something like this. It really matters when it comes to where companies decide to invest and where families decide to move and stay. So I'm thrilled to be a part of this. And I would say, you know, more than just what this carousel is, it's what it means. And this is a reflection of Franklin's soul.
Amen.
And so I'm so thrilled to be here to do this and know how much it's going to mean for future generations of this community. So I'm going to introduce Alan Arnder. He's going to talk a little more about some details of the project, but I will say, I don't get to introduce Brandy, but as I mentioned about Franklin So, most things that happen in this community happen because of the work that Brandy does, and she's so involved. When it comes to Franklin So, I think about that every once in a while, Brandy does. So Brandy, thank you for everything you've done. Really appreciate it. Alan, I'll turn the mic over to you.
Matt didn't get the note that he was supposed to be in costume. But hey everybody, I'm Alan Arnder with Holiday Properties, for those of you that don't know me. But we're here to celebrate a ribbon cutting that's over 30 years in the making. Have you done one of those this year?
I have not. No.
Yeah, I mean, really remarkable. And you know, what has been brought to life through the extraordinary artistry and dedication of Ken Neens and what's in this building is really incredible. Ken and Betty have poured their heart and soul into this for over 3 decades. And all of you that have been around Franklin a long time, you remember when Calvin and Marilyn and the community came together to save the factory. These guys were working on this project before that, right? So let that sink in. This is a life's journey and a life's work. Really, truly remarkable. And Ben just crafted a carousel here, right? This is a piece of art. It's timeless, and it, you know, sparks wonder in everybody that sees it. So Ken and Betty, your dedication and craft to bring this dream to reality is truly remarkable, and I know all of Franklin is truly grateful for you just deciding to share that gift with this community. So Ken and Betty. Certainly owe some appreciation to our design and construction partners. Centric Architecture has had their hands on a lot of the redevelopment of the factory. I think they would probably say this is the crown jewel of all of their work. And then Berkeley and Leland construction guys, their dedication to putting this building together and the craftsmanship and paying attention to those details is certainly appreciated. And as Berkeley was saying before, it's one of the few buildings that nobody cares about what his building looks like. It's what's inside of it. So, you know, also my team that's here, particularly David Click and Miller Hancock, when I originally communicated that we were going to do this, and I got a bunch of crazy looks and blank stares. And this isn't something you can take off the shelf of how to put a carousel together and build a building around it. And so those guys, David's here, really appreciate your leadership and making sure it comes together. So when we set out for the redevelopment of the factory, we really tried to live by 3 core values, and that's to elicit wonder, make people smile, and bring people together. And certainly a testament of the audience that's here today. And then seeing over the last week as we've brought people into the space and seeing the children come out of grown people, and the joy and the smiles and the laughter that comes from that, it's really just been great to see, and kids showing up that are so anxious to get in there. I think Brandy's cleaned the glass here almost every hour for the last week of little faces peering in to see what's behind it. So, this is going to make memories for generations for people, and, not only is it going to bring joy and excitement to everybody that experiences it, but, the way it's set up, every spin of this carousel is going to go to support the local nonprofits in the Williamson County community through the Circle of Giving, and bringing that joy and generosity will spill out into the rest of the community. And so the person behind that is Brandy Blanton. Brandy is president and CEO of the Circle of Giving that will operate the carousel and see it sustained for generations to come, and see the benefits, make sure the benefits make it out into the community. And I've only known Brandy about 4 years, but that evolution of my relationship with her, of her passion for this community, and really tireless dedication to make Franklin what it is truly remarkable. And she's going to make, she's really the one that has brought this dream to reality. Without her, we couldn't have pulled it off. She was for sure the right person at the right time to lead this effort. So again, Brandy, thank you so much. Introduce Matt Brown, who is chairman of the board here for Circle of Giving.
Just real quick, this Carousel of Dreams is a gift to this community, there's no question. Through the Circle of Giving, we are going to support a lot of great nonprofits every single year. And it's one thing to have a great attraction, it's another thing that it fuels the spirit of this community. Brandy, we've always known your heart, but we've watched you over the last year pull off something that nobody else has tried to do in this town, which is get a carousel up and running. Who knew, right? And so on behalf of the board of directors of the Church Circle of Giving, we thank you, and on behalf of this community, thank you for your tireless efforts and your hard work. Today is your day too. You made this happen. Thank you for everything you did.
Now you're up.
Oh, good. Thank you, Alan. Wow, this is awesome. We had a launch in December, and many of you all were there, and that blew me away. And at that time, we still didn't have our IRS determination, so I'm like, oh Lord, what's gonna happen? But to see today happen, today is about the means. It really, really is. There's multi-layers to what's happening here on this campus and this project. But I think about, I told Alan on a text, because we'd already hung up, I wasn't going to try to talk to him again. I got an email on Wednesday, it was my 1-year anniversary with Holiday. And I'm like, wow, a lot's happened in a year. But you think about a year, and you multiply that by 30, and the emotions that we have on this project is minute compared to the emotion that Ken and Betty, their children, their 3 daughters are here, their grandchildren, family, people that they didn't even know were coming. So this is about you all. And it's about the gift that you've given this community, because it really is so multifaceted. It is way beyond a piece of art, which is the best. There are less than 200 carousels in the nation. There used to be 2,000, and we get one of them. It is also incredibly unique to have one man, and we both know woman, carve this menagerie. It wasn't fabricated in San Francisco from Barango Company, who made us this beautiful mechanism. Although they would gladly do it, we got the best art in town. So I'm excited to show you all that. I do have a few things that I just want to touch on. I do want to introduce my board because I would not be standing here under my own legs without them. Not everyone could be here today, but for those of you who are, you'll just come up here real quick so they can see you. You've met Matt Brown, my chair. Greg Freeze, who is our vice chair. Maureen Thornton, she's our secretary. Grace Ledbetter can't be here today, but she's our treasurer. We have Deborah Brannon, raise your hand. Greg Ham, he'll be here tomorrow. Brianne Hammonds. Amanda McKeon, I think she's already hit the airport. Jeff Mosley. Lewis Epkins. Kurt Winstead, who's also not able to be here. And then, of course, Alan is ex officio on our board, the Circle of Giving. So, thank you all so much. I want to talk a little bit about the Circle of Giving. It is probably the next layer after Ken and Betty. I will tell you that Alan Arender, while what they've done at this factory campus is incredible, I want you to know there's more than what meets the eye, and it's the idea that they knew Franklin was different, and it had to be handled differently. So they could have taken this carousel and made it in this building and had everybody here today, but they also could have put that money in their own pocket. That's what they did not do. That means they understand that we're different. So because of that, the Circle of Giving was created. And because of that, every time you ride, and it's $5 for those of you who want to know, at the end of the year, the net proceeds we will give back not only to nonprofits in Williamson County, but nonprofits in Williamson County specifically. Did you hear that, Rogers? Yeah. So the money that is spent here stays here in this community. We are a wealthy community, but we have need. And that need is going to be met amongst ourselves and all the other nonprofits that stand in the gap of what government can provide. So to me, that's the cherry on top. That's worth applause. Before I get to my next little thing, my family, of course, is very important to me, but I used to joke when I got this project, I felt like I was thrown in a dark room looking for the light switch. I'd never built a carousel. I'd never started a nonprofit from the ground up. But there are a few people that stood beside me, late night phone calls, tears, many angry tears. And I definitely have to shout out to Matt Brown, Jay Sheridan, and Greg Freeze. Thank you. And then very recently, my new person I lean on, come here, Sully. Come here, Sully. So y'all know him as Lawrence Sullivan, but after he started this job per his request, he is known as Sully, which is his grandfather name. Sully joined us a little bit over a month ago. Thankfully, Alan and Matt said, Brandy, you need to hire a carousel manager. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh my God, they were so wise. Sully is going to be the face of the Carousel of Dreams after Ken and Betty. I tell everybody about Sully, his middle name is Hospitality, and is the exact kind of person that we want in this role. I joked earlier as we're getting open the last couple of weeks, as people do, and I probably do it too, they're eyeballing in the window and sometimes opening the door, and I'm like, don't, and he's like, come on in! And he's never met a stranger, and I'm so thrilled and honored that you're walking this journey with me. So, thank you, Sully. Just a couple more things. Obviously, nobody does anything well alone. And I want to, there's this sign behind me. It's supposed to be really pretty and aluminum and matte, but it won't be here till June 5th. So this is what it will look like in words. You see all these names on here. I am not going to give you the begats of the Carousel of Dreams by Ken Means, but I do urge you to please come up and look at our partners that made this happen. That began so sweetly with Calvin and Marilyn Lehue as our presenting sponsors. And to have their partnership, yeah. And Marilyn didn't want her name on the building. I said, that's good because you ain't getting it. So that worked out really well. Just a sweet full circle moment to have the people that rescued the factory be the ones that helped bring back what used to be Building 7. After that, we have our people that sponsored our animals, the menagerie, and they will each be recognized when you get to go in a minute with a brass plaque at the base of the animal that they adopted. Lastly, and most importantly, and I'm gonna pull this sign here, bring that sign. Thank you, that's prop. So these, and you may not be able to read it, but I'll be glad to tell you, for 2025, it's gonna be a half a year instead of a full, so that means you gotta come more often and help us. The board of directors selected, I gave them a list of the people I know, they each gave me their top 3 nonprofits, and at the end of the day, we were supposed to pick 3. Well, there was a tie. So we have 4, and we couldn't be happier. That starts with Franktown Open Hearts, which serves inner city children in Franklin with educational and vocational services. We have, I'm skipping to the last one because I don't want to cry yet. We have Hard Bargain Association, which serves the oldest African American neighborhood in Franklin by rehabbing and building new homes. We have the Nook, which is an acronym for the needs of our kids, which serves FSD schools as well. Look, I got it right, Matt, FSD, as well as Williamson County schools in a myriad of ways. And lastly, and I'm sorry, lastly is Friends of Franklin Parks and in LAG's Inclusive Playground. And it's important, 2 things you need to know. I did not get a vote, so it wasn't rigged. But today, she would have been 10 years old, and I wear my purple in honor of my baby girl. So, okay, lastly, no, y'all are like, come on, let me ride a carousel. So, you'll see the sign right here, notice of filming, and you'll see some pretty heavy machinery here. This project, as I said, is very multi-layered, but 2.5 years ago, maybe longer, as Jeff nods his head, there is a tenant of the factory named Treeline Bamboo Partners. And they are a film company, and they had the wisdom to follow Ken and Betty around for the last 2+ years. Oregon, Washington, I mean, you can't imagine. They are doing a documentary on Ken Means Carousel. It's going to be called The Carousel, and y'all are probably all going to be in it at some point. If you need to leave now, go. But you talk about what a boost in the arm that's going to continue to be to tell the story. One of the most sweetest, unique story that this couple gets to see what they never thought would happen, but then to have it also give back to the community, it's unheard of. And today is about you all. And it's an honor to be what I'd call your boots on the ground. And I can't thank you enough for the gift you've given this community. Please give them an applause. So Betty's crying a lot lately. Come on up here. Everybody wants to see you. Come on, I know. Come here. Yes, you have to. I just want one or both of you to briefly, well, I mean, as long as you want to, explain to this community what this project means to you.
Well, it's a culmination of unbelievable reality and luck. We're really lucky to have,
We're blessed.
yeah, very blessed to have come here and meet these fine people who helped us create this building and this whole thing. Without their
Support. One emotional person and another emotional person.
Anyway, we have so many people to thank, and the list, is, as you saw, is quite extensive, and even beyond that. My family, my daughters,
Son-in-law.
son-in-law, have been super supportive. In fact, I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for them. I got a whole story I can tell about that. But we owe them a lot.
We just hope that everyone enjoys and it makes them happy and heartfelt through it all. And just please enjoy the carousel.
All right. So today, well, tomorrow is very important because tomorrow is when we do our grand opening. This ribbon cutting was intentional. It was intentional so that Ken and Betty had this moment where they got to use the big scissors and we had the photo op. And tomorrow is about the celebration. So if you're not already planning to come tomorrow, shame on you. We will start the carousel at 10 a.m. Tomorrow you have to pay. We thought you were gonna have to pay today, but guess what? The internet's not working. So if you are so inclined, feel free to go to thecircleofgiving.org and make a donation. We'll take that too. But tomorrow, 1 to 4 is the party. We're gonna have a tent right here. We're gonna have face painters and balloon artists, and Dreams Do Come True is bringing princesses and superheroes. All of our nonprofit partners are gonna have a presence so you can learn more about them. And we're gonna have merchandise, hot off the press, tomorrow that will include t-shirts, hats, and a commemorative poster that Ken, I was supposed to get him to him earlier, but he's gonna be sitting there signing them tomorrow. So that will definitely be a collector's edition. But for now, we're here for a ribbon cutting, and I'm gonna ask the Means family, my board of directors, and any elected officials to come up here. And then after that, that same group is gonna go take the first ride on the carousel. And then after that, it's your turn. How about that? So, thank you all so much for being here today.
One, two, cut.